The Medical Missions Foundation is a humanitarian organization based out of Kansas City, started about 10 years ago, I believe by some medical students who saw a need to provide medical care in third world countries and areas of the world where there was no access to care.
We are here in Antigua, Guatemala at the Obras Sociales del Hermano Pedro Hospital. It's an orphanage in addition to a hospital, and they've done amazing things here. They've set up surgical suites. They've built us a fantastic soundproof booth to do our testing in for hearing aids and hearing loss, and it's just wonderful.
Without a place like the Obras, a lot of these patients would not have another option to receive their surgery. Guatemala is a very domestic area, a lot of rural areas that have absolutely no access whatsoever to health care, certainly no surgical health care.
60% of the population are at poverty level, and about 10-20% of that is extreme poverty, meaning they make $1 a day working from sunup to sundown.
The healthcare in the lower class of Guatemala is very, very limited. They may have a clinic but no doctor to provide service. They may have a clinic and doctor but no medicines to give the patients. So there's definitely a lot of limited access to medical care, particularly in the outlying regions.
When you first walk in and see rows and rows of patients just sitting in line waiting to be seen, it's completely overwhelming.
The average patients that we've been seeing have traveled hours and have suffered with their diseases for months.
Village clinic yesterday, we had people traveling 3 hours by foot over a mountain because they have no medical care where they are. In the hospital, they might travel for 2 days, crossing rivers by foot, walking for hours, and taking multiple buses just to get there to see the doctor.
This week it's ENT and urology. There's also an audiology group and a dental group, and then there's a group of primary care physicians that go out in the outlying areas.
On every mission trip, Medical Missions also provides arts, and it does a number of things. It allows us to bring people who are not doctors or nurses or the like, and it allows us to present a different face to the community. We have employees from the company Cerner, and they maintain our data, so by the end of the week we'll know how many surgeries we performed. We'll know every medicine we brought and every medicine we gave, so that next year's planning is easier, and it's all because of these funds. It doesn't matter if you don't speak Spanish, because we find all it takes is a smile and a good sense of humor and attitude to make a big difference.
There is a role for anybody who is interested in helping, regardless of whether or not you have a medical background. There is such a need for so much support for this trip, and there are so many creative ways to become involved and to use whatever skills you do have to be a huge part of this mission. And I think really all you need is the desire to be involved, a lot of energy, and a lot of flexibility.
We brought over 60 people this trip, and there's no way we could have done it without MMF support.
I see nothing but grateful patients. Everybody that I've ever seen that has waited, that we've helped, or even unfortunately told that we couldn't help, has been appreciative, patient, grateful. It's amazing that someone could wait to see me for 5 hours and still just be thankful that I'm here and that I would help them.
Well, I think there's just a basic human need to give back. All of us are so blessed in where we come from and what we have, that we know that there's many parts of the world that aren't as fortunate as we are, and this gives individuals a chance to give back, to say thanks for the blessings that they've received in their lives. I think that's very important.
Everybody gets along so well on this trip. It's amazing how you can have such a large group of people who may or may not know each other, and they come together on this trip, and it seems like within a few hours even everybody is fast friends, and everybody's working together and trying to be as helpful as they can for everyone. But it's amazing and it's fun, and this is the best group in the world to travel with and to work with. Even though it takes a lot of work and it can take a lot of money, the work that this group does can change people's lives.